on Channel 225, Glenbrook News. Today, we have some special news in the element calcium. Now over to Maddie for some basics about calcium.
Thanks, Jessica. Calcium has many chemical properties as well as physical. Calcium is a moderately reactive element, meaning it reacts with certain other elements. One way it reacts is with oxygen to form calcium oxide. It also reacts with the halogens, group 17 on the periodic table. Calcium reacts readily with cold water, most acids, and most nonmetals such as sulfur and phosphorus. Besides all these chemical properties, as any element, calcium also has physical properties. When it is first cut, it has a shiny silver surface and is a fairly soft metal. When it reacts with oxygen, it becomes dull and forms a white-gray coating, making calcium oxide. Its melting point is 850 degrees Celsius, while its boiling point is 1,440 degrees Celsius. Calcium's density is 1.54 grams per cubic centimeter.
So now we know the basics of calcium, but do you have any interesting facts for us?
In fact, I do. Did you know calcium is used to harden lead? Also, 3.5 of the Earth's crust is made of calcium. Calcium is essential to animal and plant growth. It helps with building skeletal systems. That's why parents always tell kids to drink their milk because it's high in calcium. That's all the time I have today. Back to you, Jessica.
So now we know that calcium is in milk, but is it in anything else in nature? Let's go to Rob for more details.
Thanks, Jessica. But you know, pure calcium isn't found in nature, but its compounds are. When calcium is found in nature, it can be purified to a soft, silvery white metal, which reacts violently with water and many acids. The compounds of calcium that are found in nature are also found in things we use every day. In eggshell, there is natural calcium carbonate. Calcium lactate is in the dairy products that we eat and drink too. Calcium phosphate is in the toothpaste that we use to clean our teeth. It's also in our bones. You know that soap scum that forms on your shower? Well, that has a substance called lime in it, and lime contains calcium oxide. The bleached paper that we print on is partially calcium sulfate, which is also found in disinfectant. Another compound, calcium silicate, is in common paints and some rubbers too. Wow, that's a lot of calcium.
So true, Rob, so true. So, Katie, do you have any insight to calcium over there in the history department?
I sure do, Jessica. Calcium was discovered by Sir Humphrey Davy in 1808. He tried electrolyzing a mixture of lime and mercuric oxide. Davy heard of other scientists doing this type of experiment and wanted to try and do it himself. Through this type of procedure, he ended up also discovering magnesium, boron, and barium. In addition, the word calcium comes from the Latin word for lime, which is calx. Also, calcium carbonate is one of the most common compounds formed from calcium.
That was very interesting. Thanks, Katie. But besides basics, calcium is very important. For news on calcium in society, it's Sam!
Thanks, Jessica. Calcium is not widely used in the industry unless it is used in science labs and when mixing metals or when making building supplies. Other calcium-based products can be found throughout the industry. First, calcium is used as an alloying agent with aluminum, beryllium, copper, lead, and magnesium. This just means it is added to one of these metallic elements to form a mixture. When calcium is added, it is used in order to make the properties of the new mixture even better. When making alloys, calcium functions as a deoxidizer, which means it removes oxygen from the new mixture. Calcium is also used when preparing metals like thorium, uranium, and zirconium. It is used when melting metals by acting as a reducing agent, where it will donate one or more electrons to the melted metal. Calcium also functions as a getter. A getter is a material that combines with and removes trace gases from vacuum tubes. A trace gas is basically a gas that makes up a really small volume of the Earth's atmosphere. Calcium is then used to remove these small amounts of these gases when they are put into vacuum tubes. In the industrial world, the element calcium is used in a few different types of cements and in mortar used for building with bricks. Not all concretes and mortars have plain calcium in it though, because calcium's compounds are more widely used.
So, Sam, besides scientific purposes, what other fields is calcium used in? Or are there any experiments involving calcium being conducted currently?
Calcium is also being widely studied in the medical field. Many studies show the effects calcium has on our bodies. A recent study done on animals showed that calcium played a role in the development of female egg cells. Scientists who performed the experiment said that they were not sure how it affected the development exactly, but they were sure that calcium was involved. There is hope that there will be future studies like this one to see if calcium has the same effect on humans. Scientists are now studying the trials that showed a 20 to 30% increased risk of heart attack for patients that took an elemental calcium supplement as part of their daily vitamins. The trials are being analyzed to see if these results were an experimental error or if there's really a correlation between calcium and heart attacks. Now back to you, Jessica.
Thanks, Sam.
Bring, bring.
Yes? Uh-huh. Oh my gosh! I just found out that calcium just appeared on a top news story besides ours! Let's go over to Katie for more details on that subject.
Yes. Uh-huh. Right. Okay. 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 Thank you. Yes! A new study shows that calcium supplements may not be all that great for you after all. It turns out that the research obtained from the study shows that some supplements can lead to an increase in risk for heart disease. A patient in the study was worrying that her supplements for her brittle bones might sabotage her already high cholesterol.
Hello. Joining me today is science commentator Dr. Nabolsky. So, why do people take calcium supplements?
People take calcium supplements to prevent or reduce bone deterioration due to osteoporosis. Women are particularly at risk for osteoporosis, especially after menopause.
What are these calcium supplements?
The current trend in calcium supplements is to provide a slow-release form, preferably with vitamin D and citric acid. Common forms of citric acid include orange juice and calcium citrate.
I heard that a recent research shows a heart attack risk from calcium supplements.
In the results of a recent study of nearly 12,000 people, it was found that nearly a third more people had heart attacks when they took calcium supplements than when they didn't. So the risk of heart attacks increased dramatically.
Oh. Well, do you know what is being researched now?
Right now, we're investigating whether increasing dietary intake of calcium through eating calcium-rich foods leads to a similar increase in heart attack risk as taking calcium supplements. Preliminary research suggests that consumption of more calcium-rich foods does not lead to the same increased heart attack risk.
What are some calcium-rich foods?
Calcium-rich foods that you can eat include sardines with bones, figs, soybeans, salmon with bones, and sesame seeds. Other calcium-rich foods include almonds, walnuts, oysters, broccoli, and chickpeas, as well as apricots and oranges.
Well, thank you very much, Dr. Nabolsky, for your concise analysis. Now back to headquarters.
Dr. Suzanne Steinbaum realized from the study that prescribing calcium supplements might not be the best for every patient, and that calcium-rich foods might be the better option.
Really? Well, that was enlightening. I didn't know that. Thank you, Katie. And this has been our special report on calcium on the Glenbrook 225 News Channel. Thank you.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the
Oh, wait, too fast. Too fast.
Too
fast.
It's gonna stop me, but divine intervention. I
Thanks,
reckon it's
Jessica.
again my
Calcium has
turn
many chemical
to
properties.
Here, look at this study. Green. Green.
It's all
Green. Stop.
It also reacts with the halogens, group 17 on the periodic table.
We can go.
It reacts with certain other elements. One way it reacts is with oxygen.
Thanks, Sam. Really? I just found out that calcium just appeared in the top news story besides ours. Let's go over to Katie for more details on the subject.
You dude! I didn't even
Recording.
stop it!
What was that all about? Now it's recording.
We have 15
Done
minutes.
me and you bet I felt it. I tried to beat you, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the
Don't break my
cracks.
camera, else I will murder
Now
you.
I'm trying to get back.
Calcium is also being widely studied. That
Done
sounded
right
so
now.
calcium.
I did my best, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention.
I wish we could do this introduction where we're like,
Woo! To win some or learn some.
woo!
Won't hesitate no more.
Brian.
No more.
Great fan.
It cannot wait. I'm yours.
I'm sorry.
Scientists are now studying the trials that showed a 20 to 30% increased risk of heart attack from
In fact, I
Open up
do.
your mind
You know-
and see life. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your
I just found out the calcium distributed going down. I was like, why do you want me to say?
She's
not holding it right.
People
Also,
dance
3.5%
and
of
sing.
the Earth's crust
We're
is
just
made of
one
calcium.
big
That makes
family,
calcium.
and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved,
Yes.
loved,
Uh-huh. Got it. Okay. Thank you. Yes. A new study shows that calcium. Dr. Suzanne Steinbaum realized that from this study, the prescribing. You'll read a minute and help so you can laugh.
I'm sure
In fact, I do.
there's no need
Yes,
to
calcium is an alloying agent. Oh, sure, she
our
would.
time.
Well, I'm not
Is
No, come on, you gotta do it some more, please.
our fate. I'm yours. Do you want to come on? Scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear.
Yes.
I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and
Put everything on there.
just to try to see it clearer,
Baby.
but my breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I'll be saying is